Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is the 3rd of September 2025 and we are going to cover the latest distributions for UMAX ETFs, the weekly payers as well as the Group A ETFs. So UMAX just released their latest distributions about an hour or two ago, and these are the latest distributions available. So you have CGPY, GPTY, LFGY, all these on top here are the weekly payers, and the ones below here are the monthly payers, or rather 4 weekly payers. So they pay out every 4 weeks. So let's zoom into the ULTY fund, which I'm currently holding, the UMAX Ultra Option Income ETF that pays weekly. So today we can see the distributions announced is 0.09 or 9 cents, and this indicates a drop from the previous week's distribution of about 94.7 cents. So there's quite a bit of a drop here. It is a little bit concerning, I would say. However, taking into account that the stock price of ULTI has been undergoing some sort of retracement recently, that also explains the dip in the distribution rate. But that's okay. We'll continue to monitor ULTY share price as well as the distribution. Currently, we are in the September season, which is the bearish season in the stock market. So I would just give it a bit of leeway and continue to monitor ULTY as well as my other holding, which is MSTY, and see how they perform throughout September, October, and November. So this is the full list. You can see um, the X date and record date is tomorrow, which is 4th of September. And the payment date would be on Friday, which is 5th of September, for all the ETFs here, including the ULTY. So, the distribution rate of ULTY at its current distribution for this week is at 83%. It still remains as one of the highest distribution rates amongst all the UMAX ETFs listed here. Yeah, so I would say it's still a pretty high income yield ETF. So let's go on over to my Excel tracking sheet and let's find out how much dividends or distributions that we are getting for this week. So currently I have 10,200 shares of ULTY, which is quite a huge sum of money at an average cost price of 6.22. So the unrealized profit that I have right now is negative 6K. I'm down quite a bit due to the recent dip as well as the bearish season of the market. However, if you were to look at the distribution for, I've been collecting the distribution for quite some time already, quite a number of weeks. And for this week, at 9 cents and 10,200, I'm getting a distribution gross amount of $918. However, as a non-US tax resident, there is a 30% withholding rate, which is the dividend withholding tax. After minusing that off, I'm left with a net amount of $642.60 worth of distribution. So you can also notice that the distribution that I'm getting for this week is lower than the distribution that I got from last week, despite having more shares of ULTY. And that could be attributed to the lower distribution per share. Like I mentioned just now, when share price drops, the distribution amount will tend to drop along with it because um, when the share price drop, if let's say we keep the distribution rate at the same rate, the absolute dollar amount of the distribution rate will drop. So again, I'll be monitoring this fund very closely. I'm giving it a bit of leeway, let it run until um, October, November, and even December until the end of the year. And I'll continue to monitor the share price of ULTY as well as MSTY to see how they perform in a bull market or in a bullish season. So right now I'm giving them a benefit of a doubt that it's still bearish season. So we shall continue to monitor from there. So accounting for the total distribution that I've gotten over the past, I would say 2 months, my net is negative 1.9k. So still pretty okay, I would say. And I'll continue to monitor this. Hopefully, the share price will recover. Once the share price of ULTY recovers to about the $6 range, I would expect the distribution to return to the 10 cents or even slightly more. So that will be a best case scenario for ULTY to stay at that $6-ish range and continue to give out regular distributions at 10 cents every week. So that would be the best case for ULTY. All right. So that concludes today's video on the latest UMAX distribution for ULTY, as well as a update on my option income portfolio. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And again, remember everything I share here is only for entertainment and educational purposes only. None of this is financial advice. All right. Always exercise your own due diligence and research before engaging the markets. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video and take care.